Hi, I'd like to share a tactic in chess called, I think it's called interference, where you cut off the protection from pieces by sticking one of your pieces in between two opponents' pieces so that they can't defend each other. I think it's known as interference, and this is a similar setup to a game I played. I was white. I was up a lot of material, and yeah, like I attempted to checkmate my opponent. I was white in this position. It's not exactly the position. There might have been different pieces, and there might have been different setup, but the characteristics are similar enough to show what happened. Roughly what happened. It's roughly the same. But uh, like I'm up a lot of material. Like about 4 points. I'm up a rook but down a pawn. But again, it's not identical. There's a bit of difference, but it was fairly similar. The game was about 1 or 2 years ago, so I can't remember 100%. Anyway, I was white, and I went for the checkmate. I did something along the lines of, because I sacked a rook, and to try and checkmate quickly. So I attacked on the king side, the castled king. I sacked the rook, with the idea being that if black takes my rook, the idea being, I'd put my bishop, I'd plant it on, hey, gets in the way. I'd plant my bishop on, h8, and I thought next move, um, I overlooked some things, but I thought to myself, next move, black can't avoid checkmate. Maybe this bishop wasn't here. Maybe it's on a different square. It might have been here or here. I don't know. Could have been on a different square, but because it was a long time ago. I played this game like 1 or 2 years ago. So I thought the king would be checkmated because I intended to put my queen here. Next move, defended by the bishop. Whether the king was on g8 or h7, it was supposed to be mate. But once we got to this position, and instead of like being able to put my queen on g7, put my queen here, supported by the bishop, and checkmate my opponent next move, my opponent played the interference tactic. So my bishop's defended at the moment, but he interfered with the connection, with defense of the bishop. And again, remember, I've already just sacrificed my rook to get this checkmate. I've already sacrificed the rooks to get a pawn. But the idea being to checkmate. So I'm down 4 points. Or rather, I've made it even because I was up 4 points prior. So anyway, my to get the connection disconnected between my queen and bishop, the interference tactic. My opponent played what is it, f6, so that the bishop is no longer protected by the queen, and then my bishop also can't get out safely. So I went from being very dominant in material to being almost equal. I think yeah, I'm a little worse off, not much. But I'm a little worse off due to a heavy loss of material in the failed checkmate. So I pretty much had to take the pawn to get something. The bishop was trapped. And whichever way black recaptures the bishop, I'm just worse off. But that's the tactic. Once I put my bishop on h8, then black has to play f6 to stop the checkmate, so the queen can't go to g7 supported by the bishop and get checkmated. So now that f6 is played, the queen can't support the bishop anymore. That's the interference tactic. Now the bishop's going to be captured. So I may as well at least take the pawn on f6 to get something for the bishop. Yeah, but I lost the bishop and rook for 2 pawns in an attempt to checkmate black very quickly, overlooking f6 to disconnect the connection between queen and bishop, the interference tactic, so that the bishop's no longer guarded by the queen. Thanks for watching. Bye.